I'm here with Tony O'Keefe, who is playing George Harrison, and Luke Seddon, who is playing Ringo. How are you doing, guys?
Very well, thanks.
Yeah. I'm doing good, thank you.
How have you found preparing for your parts?
Well, I'm not playing guitar, so it's a lot easier for me. It's just about trying to capture the essence of George a little bit in vocal delivery and stuff. And I think because it's an acting thing and not an impression, it's not about doing a full, and obviously we're not in costume. We're just sort of getting the essence of the characters. So it's just about trying to capture that really.
Yeah, and sort of to go off with the essence of it, kind of getting because even though the players set sort of in the latter part, so we're a little bit on edge with each other, there's still that bouncing back and forth, and you can see kind of the relationship that we had kind of coming to the surface every so often. I just love it as Ringo. I just get to be a bit cheeky.
Yeah,
it's quite nice.
Well, yeah. I think, as you say, it's because it's the end and you've got that history together. The little needles can come out towards the end because they are sort of drifting apart a little bit, and the sort of family disagreements, if you want to call it, that come to the fore a little bit in the show.
And, Tony, how do you feel about playing George here in Upton Green?
Well, it's my house, isn't it? So no, it's great. I've not been here before, so it's really nice to come and see it at last. Now, especially now that it's been sort of themed, and it's a tourist thing as well. I think it's really good that people are doing this, really, to the houses and keeping them as a sort of memento of biggest band in the world, really. Let's face it. So it's a bit of an honour to be George in his house.
This is Mark Reeder, who plays Paul McCartney, and this is Julian Sudbury, who plays John Lennon. How are you feeling, guys?
Really good, actually. Thank you for asking. How are you?
Good, thank you. So how have you found preparing for these roles and sort of getting into the character of John and Paul?
Oh, I found it quite difficult, to be honest, because I've played all of the Beatles, and I've played John and I've played George, and I've went from playing John, he's quite cocky, isn't he? A bit of a lad, and George Harrison's like the baby of the group. But then playing Paul, it's like he's not like John and he's not like George. He's just sort of like in the middle, and I feel like he can be quite serious and going on about the band and the harmonies, and he's got his head screwed on. So I've actually found it quite hard playing Paul, but I'm really enjoying it anyway.
Yeah, the same. I've always wanted to play John, but because I can't sing anything that's come up, I've not been able to do it. So when I found this something that didn't involve singing, I jumped on it. So I've just been watching interviews with John, like with Yoko, trying to figure out how he speaks. He speaks really different to me, so I have to try and adjust my voice to it.
I suppose that's something that a lot of people don't realise, is that the Beatles spoke quite differently, especially to the way that a lot of Scousers speak now.
No, absolutely, yeah.
Old Scousers, isn't
he? He's very nasally, John Lennon, isn't he? Sort of talks like from here. And Paul McCartney's actually more up here, yeah. And George Harrison just sort of talks right up here, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's doing it all again. Look at this.
Oh, I can't help it. I'm sorry. Oh no, Ringo's
So are you playing everyone?
Yeah. I'm not in Mark Reeder. He's just put me down as
Beatle guy.
Beatle guy.
Play them all. I'm just Beatles. That's me. Yeah, get me down in your age. Mr. Beatle. That's my new name.
And how have you found getting the dynamics between the characters right?
Oh yeah, that's a good question actually, because there is sort of a lot of what's the word? When it starts off, it's laid back, isn't it? And then as it gets more into it, there's more disagreement in it, and I think that's it's a good skill to have as an actor. Being able to sort of be laid back and then go into being angry type of thing. But yeah, it's been a challenge, I'd say, but a very, very interesting challenge. What about you?
I think watching Get Back has helped a lot, because
yes,
that's them at the probably the end of the Beatles, and you see how they're starting to get on each other's nerves, but they're still mates.
Yeah,
so it's difficult. It's not like the band are completely falling out. They're just saying they're breaking out. Let's do something different. So it's trying to get that in, as well as, I mean, there's a few frustrations with people because, I mean, you won't be if you've done for 20 years.
Oh yeah, there is
Yeah,
like a lot
I
of
can't
dynamic
be
in it.
honest with you anymore, you know what I mean? So it's interesting to do because it's not the happy Beatles everyone knows. It's not. It's them behind closed
It's like
doors.
behind the scenes, isn't
Yeah.
it, with them? Yeah.
Discussing what we're going to do about our business rather than let's.
Oh, yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, there's a lot of like dynamic.
Mm.
Yeah.
Pretty mature.
Very mature.
We're here with Linda McCartney, Yoko Ono, and Brian Epstein.
Hi, I'm Diana Valent.
Hi, my name is Fanny Hartono.
And I'm Christopher Lee Power, the director, and as you've mentioned, Brian Epstein.
How have you found getting into the sort of mindset of Linda McCartney?
Yeah, it's been really interesting. Have to change my accent as she's American, but we have a lot in common. I'm vegetarian as well. So yeah, it's been really fun actually.
And how have you found playing Yoko Ono? I mean, she's quite a controversial figure in the Beatle world, I'd say. How have you found sort of channeling Yoko?
Yeah, actually, Yoko is a Japanese and I'm Chinese, so it's not really like a too much different. And I only say in one sentence, so it's not that hard. Thank you.
But you know, it's a wonderful opportunity for you, isn't it? Because this is your first
My first
acting
thing.
role, so it's a great opportunity for you to grow and learn all about acting and working as an ensemble. So we love having you. Yes, so I play Brian Epstein and also direct. And it's a great opportunity to see this play bear fruit. So at the moment, we're dealing with something called a rehearsed reading, but we're developing this into a full production. And it's great to see P.T. Rose's script come to life. And it's based on Keith Badman's biography, which is called The Beatles Off the Record. And I think for all of us, it's just an opportunity to work together, to learn about the characters, and perform it tonight in front of a private audience.
And of course, we're here at Upton Green, which was George Harrison's childhood home. How do you feel about getting to perform the play here?
Do you know, most of my life I've watched on television documentaries and on the news, and we've seen these houses pop up in Liverpool that are connected to the Beatles. So to be in George Harrison's house is fantastic, and to look around and even behind you to see something which is original, that's a great opportunity. And I think for anyone, when you are doing a play about someone you've grown up or you've seen on television or you've heard about, and you're actually in the place where they slept and moved around, it's beautiful, and we all sense it here.
The Scouse history, nice to be part of it.